Welcome to River Parish Council. It's just about to start. If I could open with the apologies for absence.
Yes, I have apologies from Councillor Innes.
Right. Any declarations of interest? No. Minutes of the previous meeting. Firstly, could I have a proposer and seconder for those?
I'll propose them.
Proposed by Pauline, seconded by Daniel. Thank you. And right. Does anyone have any matters referring to those minutes which are not on tonight's agenda?
I've got the update on the moss on Valley Road pavements. I put the inquiry into KCC and they gave it a risk assessment and said it's not.
Not
slippery enough.
Not until someone falls over.
Someone has, unfortunately, but
Oh.
they didn't report it. So you can't report it sort of second hand, so yeah. But I'll keep an eye on that because it does get quite mossy there.
Okay. Anyone got anything else on those? Right. To receive reports. A on policing.
No particular report. I have received the latest newsletter from the Police and Crime Commissioner, and I will circulate that after the meeting.
Right. We have district and county councillors.
Yes, as you're probably aware, I've been a little bit ill, so I haven't been attending meetings. I have got some notes from our budget, which might be of use to let you know what's happening and how we've arrived at what we've done. At KCC, we inherited quite a bit of debt when we came in, which was £732 million. The amount of interest per day was about 84,000. The target for you is 121 million overspend, of which 20.1 million was social care for the adults and everything, which was so what we've done is we've managed to deliver and save £100 million worth of savings and reprofiled 39.5 million spend and reduced debt by 67 million since May, since we come in, by using common sense approach to looking at things, looking at waste and how we can control better services for everyone. We've now got new contracts going out for different things like potholes and gritting and things like that for next year. So hopefully we're going to get a bit more value for money. Since 2014, the council tax has been raised by the maximum amount every year since then, which has been roughly about 5%. What we've actually done is, because we've managed to balance the budget a bit better, the increase is going to be 3.99%, which you've probably read in the papers or in different places. So we've tried to keep it as low as possible. It's just by basically just looking at all the services that are being provided. It's not as low as we would have liked, but it's still a lot lower than everywhere else. I think Medway are looking at increasing past 5%, since they can get a bit more money out of the government to do that. So we're trying to get things done as reasonable as possible. I think the pothole situation around here, we are trying to get on top of them. There have been a few more done. I have been on to Mr. Osborne today regarding the town, which I don't know if it affects up here a lot. They've got roadworks from Town Hamlets all the way through Cherry Tree. And I've asked him if he could try and inquire on that. It's okay having emergencies because of the cold weather, which has happened, which we can't control, and nor can the utilities. But what is concerning me is the fact that when they do these, 9 times out of 10 there are either no one there, they're drinking tea, or there's not a lot of activity when they are there. I think they should be trying to push for these to be done a lot quicker. So they come in, do the work and go. I don't see why there's a lot of hanging around. So I'm trying to get something done about that at the moment. And that's
update on the drain situation? I know you've been
They
trying
are
to get
still going out cleaning drains. It's very much the same as the potholes. You've got the Kent County Council website. You go on there and report it. And I keep getting emails come through from constituents saying, "Can you report this?" and everything. Now that's very all good and well me doing that, which I can do, and I haven't got a problem doing that. But I'm one person, and the more people that do it, the more it goes up the list. It's on one of these, I would presume it's like an AI type thing where they rate them. So the more people report one, the more they think it's important and they'll get it done. So if you do see a drain or anything that needs cleaning, report it and get, say, 3 or 4 members of your family or other people to do it, and it'll go up that list a lot quicker, and we'll try and get it done as quick as possible. They are targeting the flood areas, or the areas that flood most. They're targeting them first and trying to get round to the others as and when they can.
Yeah, because it was quite bad in town, part of town.
That's right, yeah. I know they did by Hollis Motors after that last sort of flooding. They done that, and within a matter of days, it was almost back to normal again. It didn't help that I live in Beaconsfield, just next one from Beaconsfield, Sharp Avenue, and as I was coming home from work, I drove around Cherry Tree, and there was someone cutting his fence, his bush down and everything else, and then he's just got it swept all down into the drains. And I'm thinking, they've just cleaned all this, and then it's all going to start flooding again. But it's something we've got to try to do to, keep on top of it. But if anyone's got any problems, they can always, sort of email me, and I'll get them reported as well. But the more people report, better, and quicker we'll get it done.
Thank you. Right, and parish councillors, anything they want to bring up by way of report at the moment? No? Thank you. Right, so we've got the recreation and we've got questions on the public. Should we?
Yeah, you can ask it then.
Right, item 6, any questions from members of the public?
We have a point to make on recreation ground matters, so I don't know if you want to wait until that part of the agenda.
Shall we discuss that now? Yes? Right. Andrew, do you want to take us through?
Are you Mr. Masters, is that? Mr. Masters?
No, Mr. Command.
Oh, I see, sorry. So, Mr. Masters with you, right, okay. First one, let me just find that one. This is from Mr. Masters, who's obviously backs on to the recreation ground near the Crabble Play area. It says we had an unpleasant incident this evening around 8:45. This was back in end of November, so obviously we had a meeting last month. We had an unpleasant incident this evening around 8:45 when I found people climbing the tree from the river recreation ground trying to gain access to our property. I went out and told them to get down, and I was calling the police.
That's an agenda item though, isn't it? Is your question
Well, they-
different?
Should we leave that one till later then?
Well, they
Yeah.
both are, aren't
So
they?
there's 2 recreation ground matters, but I think that they are related. They both involve trees. One is an antisocial
Yeah.
behaviour point, and
And
the
the other one's
other
the planting of
Right,
trees.
sorry.
Yes.
Yes, right, you have the floor, Mr. Marshall.
Thank you. So is that my point is point A of recreation ground matters, that recently 3 trees specifically were planted in the recreation ground backing onto Dowside. We have also witnessed antisocial behaviour around trees in the recreation ground and have some concerns about future antisocial behaviour as a result. Now, our specific complaint, which was sent to the parish clerk, is that we weren't made aware that these trees were to be planted. And I just have some questions I'd like to ask, and perhaps someone could help answer.
If I may just state that as a parish council with the recreation ground, it's not subject to planning to go into consultation. The trees are there, they're part of the recreation ground, and we can and will plant trees and bushes as we wish. But yeah, you please have your say.
Can you tell me what type of tree it is?
The trees you have there are flowering cherries.
Okay. And how tall are they likely to grow?
I'm not a tree expert, but the other trees next to them are identical, so they're not a tall tree.
They're the same trees as the ones.
Similar
further
trees,
along?
similar trees.
Okay. And I couldn't find any reference to the decision to plant them in previous minutes.
Sorry, we
I think there was some.
there was, we
Yeah.
discussed it as a parish council, we discussed it, we'd had a number of complaints, and we were looking at actually extending the trees quite significantly at one stage, nearly into an orchard, which again I assume you wouldn't have been happy with, but no, we discussed it, we decided that we would go along with it. We spoke to Rangers, the football club, with regard to the position of them. They accepted it was a problem, and they advised us where to place them, and also the groundsman. But basically, they were planted strategically, and since they've been planted, we haven't received a single complaint from the complainee, who are obviously apparently not yourselves, but basically we don't need permission to plant in the wreck.
I'm not asking for your permission to do so. I'm asking, as a resident, some questions about the impact it's likely to have for me and for other residents on a recreation
Yep.
ground. I find it interesting that the second point on recreation ground matters is antisocial behaviour, to which there appears already to be some.
There's always been antisocial
I live
behaviour.
in those, I did.
Yeah,
Which number?
6.
I used to live in number 8 for over 20 years. So I moved in there in about 1980, 81, and it was going on then.
There was what?
Vandalism and
Yeah.
hijinks were
yeah.
going on
What
then.
I would
We-
say
in the
is that
20
no,
years that
if I could just say, there isn't a playing field, a football ground, an open area that isn't subject to vandalism in this day and age. It's awful, but that is very much a fact of life. No matter what we do, we encounter throughout the village acts of vandalism on a regular basis, and that unfortunately is not just in River, it's everywhere.
Right. So these trees, the way they've been planted, there's 3 trees. 2 are close together, which have no impact on our view from our property, and another one which is about 4 metres away from it. So what we've actually inadvertently done is create a set of goalposts, which now don't have 30-40 yards behind them, so they're going to encourage kids to play goal. You know, well, I think we're actually inviting
Well,
more boys to travel
If
in that
if
direction.
you're that worried and you want a further tree planted there, I will ask permission from the rest of the parish council, and we'll plant one in the middle.
So wasn't the original issue in the letter about the fact that the trees were obstructing the views, when the original point of the trees was to try and stop the balls from going into people's back gardens?
Correct, exactly.
But the trees weren't planted to protect those people who made the complaint.
They were
That's the way I read
planted
it.
in the most strategic position to make it difficult for the children to play football. And wherever we put them, they'll put down jackets, jumpers,
And
but it is a recreation ground. Children will play there. They will kick footballs. They kick them into the tennis courts. You know, we can't stop them from doing it.
So
We
the
could
one
try to make it awkward.
So what, the one tree that's been planted that's obstructing the neighbours' views, can that not just be removed?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Can't we?
It hasn't taken root yet, so if it was moved
No,
into a
no.
position where the complainee is happy with it, then we would also be happy.
Could I ask you a question? I'm just a bit unclear about the issue. Is it the antisocial behaviour or is it the view?
It's the view.
The view is the problem.
Yeah.
Because we've gone on to antisocial behaviour now. You've
Yeah.
mentioned that, but you're complaining. We're talking about the view.
The complaint is about the view,
Right.
but I find it interesting that antisocial behaviour is also a topic
issue.
Which we won't
Sure, of
eradicate
course.
as a public
Yeah.
park, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course.
And
I
I
would
think
have
we
thought it was an answer view along having, you know, been used to looking out on that for 20 years.
We enjoy the view of the recreation ground. That's, you know, we purchased the property over 20 years ago, partly because of that view across towards Crabbel.
Do you experience a lot of balls going over?
No,
your thing?
that's the thing.
No, because what I can get from the council is they're there to stop balls going over people's
Yeah,
gardens,
of course,
and that's
yeah.
why they've been put there. So it's not there to spoil views as such.
No.
It's there to try and stop, you know,
Yeah,
try and
correct,
protect your
correct.
gardens from being interfered with.
yeah.
So you know, so it's not done to spoil your view. It's done there to try and protect your property. So you know, that's the way.
Well, in the last year, we've had 2 footballs come over, and sure enough, they've been thrown straight back over. It
Yeah.
hasn't been a problem.
I don't know if anyone else, your neighbours might have had balls
I'm
over. Obviously.
not prepared to budge. I mean, we've planted them, we're planting. If you want them another tree added, I will happily put a further tree.
No, I don't want it added. We just
Yeah,
want
no.
one moved.
No, no. We're under no obligation to do that. The cherry trees which are there are a glorious sight in the spring. That's added 3 more of those, which will make it an even more glorious sight. You'll be looking at it. It's like neighbours further up complaining that there's trees 50 foot tall above their houses. They've got no view. You look at the trees in the wreck. If we carried that line down, you would have those trees past your houses as well. We haven't done that. We put in fairly low level trees. We put them in strategic positions which have been advised to us as being the best. And basically, no.
And can I just ask, was that agreed fully by the parish council?
Yes.
Was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you say fully majority vote, not necessarily
Okay.
individual.
Yes.
We got a majority vote.
Oh yes, we never do anything without a vote.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay. So that's complaint A, the tree then. You're not the antisocial behaviour. No, that's not. That gentleman's not here then. No. Sorry, no, I thought as there were 2 of you that you were A and B, so that's why I took that one out of place. So apologies for the confusion. So
Should we leave the other one?
we'll leave the other one to,
Yeah.
yes, we'll leave the other one. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. We will a little bit later have a discussion and I can explain some things a little bit more fully. Yeah? Right. Planning matters.
Have you got?
Right.
Right, it's their side, isn't it?
So there's no screen today. So.
Oh, okay. I've had a look online. There are no objections to anyone. No one's written in. Nobody seems to these days. It looks quite good. It's got an existing side extension as it is. He just wants to
You've got it there, sorry.
increase it a little bit more. Yeah,
So
and have a
that's,
flat roof on it, isn't it?
so that's
The only
that's
ones
it.
that would impact on possibly its neighbours,
The parking.
and then on the other side, Mandarin Close.
But it doesn't seem to go back. It's only a little bit extra.
And whether they haven't made any complaints, I don't
No,
think.
and it's just more, that bit's just coming this side of the
Yeah.
back. It's not very much. It's not.
Yeah, I remember that
fancy.
extension being built.
Yeah, but it was sort of make, changing round inside, which makes it look quite good actually.
That's the inside. So the
Yeah.
larger one is the proposed.
Yeah, so it's moving the wall on one side and making it slightly bigger at the front, isn't it? Across- Yeah, it makes it look quite nice actually inside, yes. Anyone got any comments on it?
No?
No. The other one,
The other one is
the play area.
That's the play area. That's their plan.
Yes,
I think we all know where the play
Yes.
area is.
Yes.
Obviously,
yes.
so that's the.
So it's a complete revamp.
It is, it's everything,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah. Virtually. Renew the odd bits that are left. Is it bigger? No, it's the same area, they've just redesigned it. But it might be slightly bigger. They did say they might try and take it a little bit bigger. I think come down this way a little bit.
Yeah.
It seems to be. Yeah, the thing they can charm on, that will be very popular, I should imagine.
It is popular.
They are, but everywhere
Yes,
they've got
yeah.
those, they're popular, yes. And the little one, and the hill. Slightly different from the original, but yeah.
Do you want to support that? If we,
I think we would
Well,
support that,
we support
certainly,
that one,
yes,
yes.
yes. Nobody in disagreement there, no?
Sorry, who did you say put that application in? I take it that's covered.
Dover District Council.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a play area.
Somebody come along and explained it to us.
They did, yes, yeah.
That's right.
It was.
Since last year.
Yeah, they were still
But
working
you're
on
happy
the
with
plan.
the apply,
Yeah.
what they're doing there, yes? Yep.
Yeah. We've got some decisions, Andrew?
yes. Nothing further from what's on the agenda. So it's erection of front porch, single story rear extension, 2-story side extension, 42 Beresford Road. There's permission granted on that. Erection of single story rear extension, 14 Mannering Close, permission granted. And replacement garage with workshop above, so existing garage buildings demolished, 92 London Road, permission granted on that.
Good. Right, that's over very quickly, thank you Pauline for your input. Recreation ground matters then, unfortunately, so I took A. I thought B was that there were 2, but antisocial social behaviour incidents and attempted break-in. You have the, you've sent a note round, haven't you?
Yes, so yeah, this incident back in the end of November, people found climbing a tree, trying to gain access to the property. I went out and told them to get down and was calling the police. This has now gone from continual noise disturbances and antisocial behaviour late at night to what could have been an attempted break-in. I have 2 young children and quite frankly this is unacceptable. I have year on year contacted the Parish Council to do something about this since the wreck has been left open all night. There needs to be CCTV monitoring the side of the wreck with the small playground as there is CCTV by the larger playground and the benches moved away from the houses. Each year it's becoming more unpleasant living here due to the antisocial behaviour. I would move my family away from here but we're not in a position to right now. It's so sad that my young children are put in this position and are now in danger of intruders to their home. Look forward to hearing a response from the Parish Council. I think I have previously circulated correspondence from
Yeah,
Mr. Masters, if you
we
will.
have investigated previously, have we not, CCTV footage for that side, and there's no power there to, is there any way, I mean in this day and age now, something that's got batteries, remote,
Wi-Fi one, battery
Well,
operated
there
Yes.
one.
there is a way, because
Yeah.
I met the Ken Cables guy down there, and there is a way. There is power in some of the sheds inside the bowling club,
Oh,
and we went round there with a couple of members of the club, and they were quite happy for that to be the case. I mean, they probably are for some sort of
So it's like a sort of booster thing.
well, there's power sockets are from the pavilion, and they go into the sheds. And they could run power from there,
but have it overland or
and then have something in the corner, certain
above the hedge
on
and
a
then-
pole, yeah,
yeah, which would go.
which would cover. You reckon that they could cover
Does it
that?
go
But-
like
Yeah.
diagonal across from the
Is
bowling?
it's got to go, right, yeah,
And if you go from the hedge
that would be in the ground or above the ground?
above the
Above the
hedge.
ground, yeah, like on a
Go
pole.
above the hedge. And
Yeah,
pole.
above
You
the
see the
hedge.
little cameras on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the power.
Yeah, the power would come. They'd run a cable from that power source, and then just run it along the back wall of the bowling club.
The only thing that concerns me about this, he does make the point somewhere in this note that he seems to place some importance on the fact that the recreation ground is left open at night. But concerns me really is that we can't prosecute people,
Yeah.
and all we can do is to report it. And there have been umpteen cases where, I don't know how many, but there have been umpteen cases where we have reported this to Dover District Council and their community enforcement people,
Yes.
and absolutely bugger all has happened.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
So, you know, in a way, I mean, I sympathise with these
Is it
people.
maybe time to lock just the small playground, because we could just
Sorry?
padlock the small playground.
Well, it is lockable.
Yeah.
That is lockable.
I don't think the problem's the playground.
No,
I think
no,
it's
it's not that.
the two benches that are outside there. That's where apparently that's the place where young people
Okay.
congregate. And,
Mhm.
Outside the other side of the hedges.
yeah.
So maybe have to move it.
It's unfortunately not a new problem.
No.
I mean,
No.
my sister-in-law and brother-in-law lived there, and Bill was badly attacked by some youngsters one night. He went round into the wreck, and yeah, he's a big guy, but 5 or 6 to 1, and he really struggled. So it is the biggest problem is if we put CCTV cameras there, we don't seem to be able to use them. Whatever we get
Oh
on
no,
there,
we use them
yeah, we use.
and we report them.
But we can't publish
But
it.
we can't
But
publicise
we
it.
can't.
I mean, we've got a situation at the moment that the Christmas tree's being vandalised, and I would dearly love to get pictures and put them on the
Yeah.
local forum
That would
saying,
help too.
come on mums and dads, who are these kids? Or who are these youngsters? But having CCTV cameras there, as Clive said, doesn't stop it, but it just enables maybe the police or someone to do something about it. But if it's
It's
possible,
not happening.
if it's possible for us to get CCTV coverage of that area, then we certainly should do that. I thought it needed to be a lot closer. Therefore, the power cable would be.
No, because these days the cameras are pretty good, aren't they? Yeah.
Do you want me to get a
So
costing?
what
Yeah.
length of run of cable are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. If you're going across the bowling green from the pavilion, then that's about 40 metres. But there's another 150 metres, I would think, to run. But I don't know.
I think you'd have a.
You've got
I
the
think
sheds.
you'd,
The
sheds are
along
all,
the
isn't it?
system,
Yeah.
You'd have a power loss. You'd have to have a booster with it as well, because you length the cable, you get a.
Well,
length of cable.
There wouldn't be that long a cable though, because if you go into the pavilion, the sheds are on the other side of the
Yeah.
pavilion, so they're on the far wall, so that's where the power would come from. So it's only a matter of
Yes, it's
It's
still
still-
100 metres. Where are we running it to then? Just into the wreck.
Just onto a
just
pole,
onto the
so that the
onto
pole's
the
the hedge.
corner,
Yeah.
Yes,
corner
but-
fence.
But then it's that cable then, and the camera will be there then. We're not putting the
No.
camera closer.
No,
Right.
there.
Yep.
On top of a pole.
I visions of you going.
Yeah, so no, it's all right. I was thinking the same as you. Now I was being silly. Yes.
At least you could see something from it.
Let's ask them if we did that, what is possible, Andrew? But as we say, the camera's got to be good, because if it's not, then
Yeah.
you can't see
It's
anything.
not, doesn't resolve the complaint, does it?
No,
Which
they won't.
it helps monitor
Yes.
the crane
Is it the
ground.
benches
It's
or
not
the
a solution.
No, well,
Is there benches?
They can stand anywhere, they'll go.
wherever you put
Well, they
them,
can put them
you
in the middle
will
of the grass.
notice.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Climb
can
on anything.
You can see at where the bowling club, the furthest corner of the
Yeah.
bowling club, there was a bench there before, and that was moved because of
That would go over that one.
inappropriate behaviour by
Yeah.
youngsters on it of a night time. So that's why there's a slab, there's a base for a bench, but there isn't a bench. Wherever we put them, it's difficult. I mean, yeah, we could move the benches
You could stop
onto
and climb,
the
it won't stop the
more
noise.
closer to the football pitches because
People want to sit and watch football.
Yes, it won't stop the noise, as you say. It's still
Yes.
happening, isn't it, where you are?
Oh, yes,
They
wherever,
never
wherever
like
you
it.
are.
They're
But,
there might be
trying to
further.
congregate
but at least then they couldn't use it
by
to
the
climb
town
over.
houses.
Is it 2 benches then together?
I think so.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you just split them up.
But no, but
And move
the
them on.
answer would be that we get, and that's quite a small thing for us to do. You know, that's not difficult at all. We put down 2 new bases, we leave the existing bases there,
Yeah,
doesn't
just
matter.
Yeah, just move the benches.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But let's move the benches.
So you give anything to
No.
come
And
off.
actually, you wouldn't, they're plastic, they're recycled plastic, so
Yes.
you wouldn't actually have to put bases in straight away. I mean, what you could do is move the benches.
Yes, but the
see if it
trouble,
solves
the
problem.
trouble is, I mean, but the bases, John Hill can do those
Yeah.
very, very quickly. It's just the difficulty is cutting around it, fiddling around it. No, so we could get very quickly 2 bases put in and move. And let's look at the benches in general down that side. Have we got any others backing onto there? Should we move them all? Because as you said, there's football being played there. People will, the closer they are to the game, and nowhere near the pitches.
But I want
That's
people
very
to
clever.
use it as a
Well,
stepping stone
Can I
and
say,
guardian.
this is where the sheds are.
Yep, yep. Yeah, that's where I'm in. See the
This
corner
is-
there, Andrew?
This
there.
is where,
that's
this
where
is where
there
the,
is
where
an
the
empty.
CCTV
Yeah.
would be. This is where the sheds are.
Yep.
It
So
would be
it's,
very
it's
far.
that distance.
Sheds are
there.
right back there. Yes, yeah, they're in that corner. I
So
know.
that's so there's several of them coming along
Yeah.
here. So it's here to here. That's the
Yeah.
distance.
Oh yeah, no. If we're going to put it on a pole and then beam it across, then providing the camera is
Yeah.
good enough for it to be useful.
Andrew,
Is
can
that-
you move the screen so we can roughly see where the benches are
Yeah.
as well, please? Just so we can.
Oh, there they are. You can see 2.
Isn't those on the corner?
It's those 2 there. That's
Yeah.
What, the picnic bench?
yeah.
So,
Oh, well, they're nowhere near their trees then.
so the house must be that one behind, I'm assuming.
It's this one.
How
This
are
one.
they climbing from there
This
to
one.
there?
They
No,
can't.
from
nowhere
the
near
trees,
here.
they're climbing over
On
the
the
trees.
trees.
They're
The
climbing
benches is
trees.
the
But
secondary
the
noise
benches is
issue.
where they hang out. So
Ah.
when we were doing the surveys, the kids hang out on those 2 benches and then the other ones at the far end.
But we'll lose
But they're
them
not
if we
trees.
go
they're-
down.
They're bushes, aren't they?
They're bushes, they're not
Bushes.
trees. But they are quite
There's
strong
2 more.
bushes.
But I
There's
mean,
2
you know,
more here
the
as
kids
well.
just hang out in the rec and
Oh, yeah.
if wherever there's a bench, they're not going to sit on the floor, are they?
If
So
you
if the
move those-
benches are moved,
If you move
Yeah.
too
then
far
they
away
won't
from
hang
the
up,
play park,
hang out so
Yeah, but
near the
they're there
houses.
specifically for the play
Yeah.
park, for people sitting there
Watching
having
their
a picnic,
children.
watching their kids.
I mean,
And you've got
they could be moved to about here. I mean, that.
yeah.
If it's away from the houses, that's all that you it's a win-win then. So they can sit
What
there
about the
for
road
the
more?
playground
Yeah.
and not be next to the houses.
And
That's
they'd
all.
still be able to see the park.
Yeah. It's about discouraging them congregating on the back of the houses.
Get the
that's
take
all.
them away from that end.
Yeah.
Not think about climbing the bushes so much.
You know, kids will be
Well,
kids, but you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Shall we organise that? Move those 2 benches
Yeah,
in
I
a
think
more
that's-
central
that's a
position.
good idea.
But
Yeah.
are there no benches down that tree line then? I thought there were.
There are benches.
No,
there's a couple of
that,
benches here.
sorry, further back along that way. No, there are none there, none at all.
They're using them to fly.
I think there used to be. There used
There
to
was
be
one in the corner, I know, but
There used to be one somewhere here. I think there was a spot, but there isn't anything now.
There isn't
no,
any
it's
there.
right in the corner,
Yeah,
right in the corner. Oh well.
Oh yeah, I think there used to be one.
Yes.
There used to be
Where's
one
the
down
bowling?
down
There,
here where
exactly
the,
there. Yes,
where the,
yes.
where the pins cross.
So we've got nothing, because we've got no complaints from anyone else.
No.
You know.
No, but
Obviously
it's
the
a
noise.
Possibly,
consistent
yes.
complaint, isn't it? It's just really.
Yeah, the noise could be disturbing if you're trying to be quiet.
But the kids
Yeah.
sleep.
I mean, at the end of the day,
It's a recreation ground.
Yeah, but it's, they
it
are
was
really
decided
late there.
If we move those benches, that would certainly
It's
help.
about 9 or 10 o'clock
We-
they're still there.
we agreed
Yeah.
to a suggestion to not lock the recreation ground. And I mean, other parks, I mean, Connaught Park, for example, is a damn sight bigger than the recreation ground. But I fear that at the end of the day, this problem is going to come back and back and back again. And I think that we will, sooner or later, have to decide whether or not we keep the recreation ground open in the evening time.
But no
I
other,
mean,
what
it-
other park closes?
No, that's right.
No,
No.
not
That's
now,
right.
they used to, they don't now.
But
But I
I mean,
suggest,
the bloke makes the
I kind of
point.
like the idea that they have a safe place to hang. That's
Yeah.
all they do.
It's just
except
open it so it
some
doesn't
of them when they get a
disturb
good
people.
rousing.
but we haven't got a single complaint from
Yeah.
anyone else
Hang
that
there,
lives down
looks
that
nice.
side.
It probably
I'm
is
not
like,
a dumb
because
kid,
he's
I look
near
at
his
that
house,
now.
yeah, it's moved the
Oh, I
benches
see.
in.
But if I speak to Robin, I'm certain Robin would open and lock those two areas.
I think I would rather us explore in the longer run about maybe a bench area somewhere in the recreation ground designed specifically for these groups of people. They can use the ground. We could look at something between this field and the next field by the slope, with some light, maybe some benches that are not wood, maybe plastic ones that you can create a small area. You can say, we could argue it's going to attract it, we've already got it.
Oh yes.
We've already got
Yeah.
groups.
Yeah, so we
So I
can
think we need to
design
play
where
into
they
it,
stay,
say,
where they
Yeah,
hang
but
out.
Yeah, but
This
we
size,
could
there's no
anywhere,
houses, is there?
anywhere down the side of the football
Yeah.
I think we
pitches.
could do
Yeah.
something for
we could
them,
do there.
should be a plan, because we're not going to get rid of them.
Yes.
No,
I don't want
I
to
think we should
We've
work
got-
with it.
We've got
Yeah.
that area with the kick around goals,
Yes.
partly
and
wasted.
the ping pong.
Yeah, the table tennis, there's basketball.
We could, but we could do something along a plan where actually we try and
Yeah.
Space for them.
Yes.
rather than trying to banish them from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no point, you'll never be able to.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
well,
happen.
often.
Oh,
I've
no.
seen it on Glen
Does,
Road.
does the memorial bench get any vandalism? Do you
Yes.
know what people
Yes.
have?
Oh, they all do it
Yeah.
various
Yeah.
times, unfortunately. I
Well, that's
wish.
a wooden bench. It's
I
quite
think
nice.
it was like it was a bit of a beacon for them to
Oh,
go
okay.
to.
Alright,
Yeah,
Right, we'll certainly move those two.
yes.
Let's think where and what we could put this sort of communal type area.
Mm.
Yep.
And CCTV.
Oh, and the CTV bit.
You could write
It's
it back, we're
absolute
trying to
must.
make some steps and changes and all. But obviously
But
summer months are
We'll
coming up.
move the benches, we'll obviously look at it, well, we will install CCTV because it's not going to be, it's a cost, but it's not going to be prohibitive.
It would be useful as well.
And we will look at maybe, as you say, having an area where
Something.
youngsters, if they congregate there, have got somewhere to sit. Yes.
I mean, a lot of them sit around the cafe tables and in the evening and are on the playground.
Yes. Yeah, and you can't stop them doing that. You
No,
know,
not
no.
particularly, I don't want to stop them.
Well,
because
some of those,
probably that they're,
when you've got three or
you know.
four of them hanging on that zip wire,
Yeah,
Yes.
if we can attract them
Yes.
out.
but
But
we
the-
can't, you can, yeah,
the
but
majority sits
everyone
on
loves
the
that.
seats from the cafes now because they've got a little bit light there.
Yeah.
That's the most
Yeah.
expensive bit of equipment we've got, not with what it cost, with what the repair,
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to, those
Repair
springs
it,
go
springs.
so
Two
quickly.
months of
You
country.
get a couple of those.
Yeah, oh yes, well I've seen you on it. Yeah.
All the mums love it.
Yes, it's me.
It's him, it's him.
Right, so that's definitely what we would do then, yes? Sounds good. Good?
Yeah, send them a nice message back and say we're trying.
Engineer the vandalism, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
well, it'd be imaginable.
I move on to item 9, financial matters. Andrew?
Right, okay. We've all got a copy of the financial reports, which is for the last 2 months. So bank reconciliation is from December, end of December. Money in the accounts, 90,845 in the deposit, 11,594 in current account. All balances. The income, November's income was just the cafe lease and utilities, and then December cafe lease, 2 lots of office lease. Sometimes they get 2 in 1 month and none in another month. We had some more credit interest come in from deposits, 497, and the £80 is the card payments for the Prosecco. I still have the cash payments to sort out. There's still some that I don't know exactly how much that was, but I'll transfer that from for next month. So, expenditure. November was just the basic handyman, cleaning, electricity and refuse. And then in December, we had a new banner for the Prosecco stall. What else? Anything, expenses gone. I attended the Calc AGM, travel expenses for there. The offending tree planting. Our recreation ground tree, which was covered by sponsorship from Riverlea Nursing Home.
Christmas tree.
And obviously the grants that we made to the Chit Chat coffee shop, and also to
River Gardens.
River Gardens. Yes.
French.
Apart from that, I don't think there's anything.
No, Safe Play is a big one, but unfortunately that equipment is so well used, and at the moment it is costing a lot of money.
There's any queries on those figures?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, then the next one will be looking at the budget and therefore the precepts. Next. First column is the budget as set, and then second is the actuals as at the end of December, and an estimate for the year end. I think I have included in our income the previous VAT that's come in.
Oh, what are we doing on VAT, Andrew? Are we up to date now then?
It is up to the end of December.
Right. This
December.
Yeah, the month.
Just-
Yeah,
just
that's
on-
right. No, I'm
between-
suddenly thinking, oh, we're
between
talking
2 weeks
yeah.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, good. So we obviously had quite a. That's the VAT. That money came back in. Yeah.
So let's on the I have actually split down on the original budget. There was no split between the repairs and the trees, etc. But I have hived out the cost of maintaining the play area, because that is quite a high one. So there was just 15,000 for the two, whereas it's what, about 5,246 for the general repairs, and then just under 6,000 for the play area. So then going down into parish expenditure, I think all of our sort of this amount set aside for grants is looking a lot lower than was initially thought. About half. We budgeted 3,000, and we'll be looking at about 1,675. Trying to look for some other there. Projects is about the same as it will be about the same as it was. So the prediction is that at the end of the year we will have about 89,000 in the as our reserve, and I've broken that down in the green box at the bottom there. So the recommendation from NALC is that 50% of the precept is kept as a backup. Well, we're a little bit less than that, but I'll put in, say, 25,000 of our reserve for that. We need to then also, I haven't budgeted for election expenditure, so we need to have something in our reserve to cover the cost of that, should it happen. So 2,000 is a reasonable amount of money, and that will then leave just over 62,000 as the refurbishment fund for Flint House. So looking at the budget for the year ahead, nothing, I don't think there's anything very much. What I've actually done is I've kept, for the sake of the this sheet, I have left the precepts at the same level. I've also got some calculations also based on the small increases. So on this, the income would be about 84. I think that's there's no income set and no expenses for the events. So there obviously would be some money coming in from events on that as well. And the utilities is for the rec is obviously pretty difficult to sort of assess. So recreation ground expenditure, I don't think I've done anything. It's pretty much same as, with a small little bit of increase. And then the parish expenditure, I've cut down the amount budgeted for grants, general grants, to 3,000 and 2,000. There will be some sort of increase in the insurance. I think this will be the third year of our long-term agreement, but there will be nevertheless an increase. The long-term agreement just stops it being larger than normal. We of course have our Riverdale project, which we agreed at the last meeting. 5,000 put in the budget for that. Projects and materials, I've cut down a little bit on the projects, down from 4,000 to 3,000. So effectively the large project of the year is the Riverdale. So on that basis, our balance at the end would go down a little bit at the end of the year with 87, just under 88,000, so dropping by £1,500, obviously based on not spending any money on Flint House, which we'd hope during the year we would be spending some money. So, if we're looking at the precepts, that's the situation if we don't increase.
Sorry, ask a question about the budget, which is in relation to event costs. So I know you sort of cancelled out event income and event costs, but I think if the events subgroup we're talking about doing some events next year, it may entail some costs. Is it worth putting something in the budget?
We usually kind of,
It balances out
Yeah.
normally, like it did last year. So the income was about
now we
900
lost a bit on the,
and the costs
Yeah,
were about
probably.
2 grand, But I'm just thinking if we want to do more community activities and events, should we put a budget in? I don't know. It may well cancel itself out from income, it may not,
Or
Hello.
sponsorship.
If you
Certainly,
think
you would hope that if we're doing something, then at least there is.
I mean, we usually
It,
try,
it
but
should.
Yeah.
It should.
I
Gosh,
mean,
it's just that at the moment we're the
Think,
biggest problem we've got ahead of us, one way or another, is Flint House, and it really is. We're about to discuss what we should do with the precept. Should we leave it where it is? Should we have a small increase? And we've got 2 or 3 figures. At the moment, what is in here is just about as much as we could do. So if we are looking at doing more, it's got to come either from one of these existing headings. The events have either got to cover their costs as far as is possible, or possibly we look at an increase, maybe to give us that little bit of additional fund that you're looking for.
sorry.
What are we looking at, Andrew? If we stay where we are, and we have made that mistake before of not increasing the precept, we always try to keep it as little as is possible, but our costs go up, and no matter what we like to think, if we put an inflation in, what figure that would be. But shall we agree on the precept, what we do with the precept, then we know what we've got to play with.
It's just for noting, Chair, that when the letter was written to the council about the change of use of Flint House, what was the use for the income that was generated from the office.
Well, we've had to say it's ploughed completely back into the
Exactly.
recreation
Yeah.
ground. Yes.
So we
I mean
need to
that's
show
that's
that.
gone. There's
Yeah.
that money is not gone, but we've had to agree. It's the only way we've
Yeah.
moved forward, and I don't know how far we've moved forward. Andrew will tell us in a minute, and we will come on to that one.
But their argument was that that income must be used for additional activities in the rec, not just maintenance of.
Oh no, I mean it was
Yeah.
definitely sporting and
To
quite
improve
specific
the offer.
activities. Yep. Yeah, but that money is
Has to be used for that.
Yes,
As
yeah.
far as they're concerned.
yes.
That's all.
So Andrew, your suggestion. Oh,
Well, just that, I mean, obviously that sheet is based on a not increasing the two
Yes.
steps. If we increased it by 50 pence, that's a 1.1% increase, and that would give us 68,362. So an extra sort of £1,000 or so. If you took it to £46, which is a 2.2% increase.
sorry, £46.
£46. Sorry, this is the what I'll put it on as the amount of council tax for a Band D property.
Right.
So currently it is £45 per household. Sorry, I should have explained that. At the moment, Band D property River pays £45 annually towards the Parish Council. If we would put that up by £1, £46, that would bring in, rather than 67474, it would bring in 68114. So
And that's
So it's
but that's 2.2%.
sorry, 69 1.114.
2.269.
2.2. Yep.
2.2%.
Yep.
So an extra 2,000 or so, but just under 2,000. Or obviously then you put in higher amounts then.
What are the feelings around the room on what we should do?
That budget, does that take in any increases that we might have for people that, like the handsman and that wages and insurance costs, things like that?
It takes in
Utilities, because they seem to go up all the time.
little bit for the insurance. Next year I've allowed 1,000 on there, which I think
that
should cover it.
yes.
Again, especially as our long-term agreement should mitigate that. I haven't actually put in any increase for the cleaning costs or for the handyman. So I mean that might be something.
There's a minimum wages, I don't know if
That
there's
goes
a
up.
minimum wage.
That goes up.
Anywhere with that, we don't
Into
have
that.
That's gone up.
I'd hate to think how we fare on the minimum wage.
Well, it's Robin's fault. I mean,
Yes.
He's not an employee though, is he?
He's not,
a contract.
he's a
that we
contractor.
pay,
Yes.
So we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about that.
Right. Thank you.
I know I've asked or raised this many times in the past, but it would make so much difference to our forward projections if we knew the result of the planning application.
Yeah, when we get to it.
For Flint House.
And how much extra it's going to cost to do it.
Well, that's one way
I
of
would
looking
think
at
the
it.
cost has gone on exponentially,
Yeah.
been involved with the modifications of the building for the yacht club. And now that's gone from the grant that we've got from Port of Dover and our own money has disappeared very quickly.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
No, I think we're all aware of that, and that's why we've got to do it piecemeal. And yes, yep. But
Yeah, as you said, sometimes we've said don't put it up, and then we should have put
we
it
should
up.
have done it. I think it's silly to absolutely stay completely still.
Especially at the moment.
But I would be, if we did anything, then for me 2.2 I think would be
Yeah.
the absolute maximum we should
Oh,
do.
yeah.
It's not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money.
It is,
I know
yeah.
it's a
It is
contradiction,
at the
but
moment.
for a lot of people, every penny counts.
But time we get all the rest of them
But-
added
but-
onto that council
But we've
bill,
got to build
it's going to
into
be a lot
our
bigger this year.
some sort of inflation proofing, and that's the only way we can do it. Is to increase our income, and the precept is the biggest part. But I mean, if you like, I mean, I would suggest that we go for 2.2. It gives us maybe that £2,000 or £3,000 that Raz has said let's put aside. It still doesn't really inflation proof some of our items, but it's not a lot. But I say it is a lot for some people. It is a lot.
Right, it's getting it up towards £1 a week, isn't it? Pound a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, are
48, isn't it?
we happy to go with 2.2?
So what were the levels again? 2.2 equates to what?
It's
It's-
£46 council tax
On a
band D property.
Band D.
Yeah, D.
D. Yeah.
That's how the sort of
Pound.
basic
Yeah.
figures
It'll
are
give
always
us an extra,
just under 2,000.
yes, £2,000 roughly. Not a lot of money, but I certainly wouldn't in any way try to get more. I think we
No.
should try to get
No,
more
no.
than that.
Oh no. Definitely
What was
not.
the increase last year, if I can ask, please?
It was
Was it a 50p?
small, wasn't
Yeah,
it? It
yeah.
hasn't been on for a number of years, have they?
We
Yes.
haven't had
So
the
we haven't
increase
done it for
I
For
think it-
5 years.
I think
Yeah.
it was 50p or a pound
We
last
stayed the
year.
same,
What we did
didn't
last
we?
year.
Yeah.
Because of the
Yeah,
previous years
small
and that.
increase.
It was very
It was
small.
small,
I think it was
yeah.
about 50p or a pound. It was very
Yeah.
small
Well,
like this one.
That's all we're talking of now, and
Yeah.
I honestly don't think we can hand on heart ask for more than that.
Oh,
No,
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 I think
no.
this is fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
2.2.
Okay, we'll go with that then, Andrew. Right.
So does someone want to propose that? We should have a propose and second, I suppose, for that.
I'll propose it.
Proposer, second, Chris,
Which Chris?
and possibly put
Got his
2,000
hand up before, yeah.
there for Raz.
Which Chris?
Raz, just see that Andrew's going to put that 2,000 that raises.
It's in the events line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good justification
Yes.
as well, that we are going to be doing more events, and that's why, for the community. Thank you.
Right. And then we move on to C. What I would like to say, Andrew, on both A and B, thank you so much for the work you've done. The precept is not easy. Really appreciate your having done that. Thank you. Right. C, discuss options for CCTV maintenance.
So this is actually all they've come back with is pretty much what we were talking about last time. I can't remember when we last discussed this, but this is this maintenance contract, which is unlimited call-outs, remote assistance, software updates, once a year camera cleans. So it would be total of £576, which is £48 per month plus VAT. Not cover third party damage.
We obviously have none now though, do we?
We have none now.
Because
and they
just so you do know, we're having tried to look to see who had vandalised the tree. We discovered that we've got one camera apparently not working or
There-
offline.
there's one that's offline.
Yes.
I also can't get remote access for
No,
some
I didn't
reason.
like to mention that.
But I went in there this afternoon and I need a login to access it on the machine, and I don't have that, so I need to get that off, which is why I couldn't get the footage off there. It all seems to be working, apart from that one camera. It's just that I can't get access from home.
I know looking at it, £500 seems a lot of money, £12 a week or whatever it works out to, but it's no good having CCTV if it's not working, and we've tried to get it up to date and we can't.
Yeah.
No,
So
they did quote me, they did give me a quote for the sort of an hourly rate, I can't remember what that was, but I mean that would be that there'd be a call out.
they are Dover based now,
Yeah,
are
because
they?
they put out charge as well, isn't it?
Where do they come from?
Isn't it cheaper to have to call out?
They are local. He does actually live in River.
Oh, here, yes, sorry.
They're based at Swanton Lane, but yeah,
Yeah.
John Waller does actually live in River.
Where's Swanton? Oh, Swanton.
Swanton Lane up,
Liverpool.
yeah,
Yep.
up round back
Yeah.
there, up in industrial estate up there.
How much is the corner fee then?
I don't know
As a
what it is.
comparison.
We did
Son.
discuss it, but
What I suggest, but when do we need to do this from? We don't have any at the moment.
there's nothing at the moment. There's no
Right.
time.
If Andrew can get from them call out what it would cost if we go for call out, this is obviously a current price. Rather than wait a whole month, if you've got that, drop a note round to all of us and just say this is what we've got, and we could maybe have to make a decision on that without waiting for
Yes.
the next meeting. Yep.
I mean, I should be able to get, once I've got the admin password, I can log into it, so I can go down there and I can get the footage that we need. The camera that's out isn't critical,
Yes, yeah, but
so I mean, it can, it
it's
could
odds,
be,
but it's
but
It's
yeah.
the one you want.
yeah, the one that you could have been. So, but no, it's like all these things. It's all well having it, but you have a lot of people that got the cameras and they don't work, and that's thought to be deterrent enough. Certainly for us, it won't be. Now, if you could do that, we can decide, if necessary, prior to the next meeting, how we go ahead on that, rather than holding that up.
And is it the same company that have looked at the possibility of having the additional CCTVs? Is that the-
We'd make. Oh, yeah, we'd certainly want to keep it all in the same with the same
Do you
line.
think we've got funds to do that this year? Because we talk about preset next year, it's been slightly under put up, but this could be a few £1,000s at least, isn't it, to install that new camera? It's not going to be a cheap job.
No,
I would
it'd be,
imagine.
you know, I've got no real idea how much it
Yeah.
costs. I mean, you just have to.
And there's easy
that would-
camera as well to get.
Yeah.
That's what. Well, that's really the wiring's going to be nothing. That's nothing. The cost is the
But
camera.
I think if the benches are being moved, it may well be that the young people aren't congregating then in that corner, so you may not need a CCTV camera in that little space. You know?
It would be interesting to know what they're up to.
You're going to watch the footage, are you?
Mind you, those two benches we're going to
Those
move
ones, they just
back
sit there
towards the
chatting.
road, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, because they're still there for them to
We used
see
to.
kids in.
Yeah. Bristol.
Yeah, bus stops are very good for that, weren't they? Benches.
Easy to do that.
Bus
Thank you.
stops in those days.
Yeah.
We stop.
Can you all get them then
Yeah,
explain what we want to do? See if they give us a
But I
price.
was in London, you said hang out somewhere.
Right,
Yeah,
just
we had
to
bus
wrap
stops
that one up,
everywhere.
Andrew's going
London.
to speak to them to get a cost of the call out fees,
Yeah.
B, we know what the annual maintenance would be if you went for that, and C, what the cost
Yeah.
of the camera and installation would be,
That'd be
so
good.
we've got something to aim to look at.
Yeah.
You may have lost your £2,000, Brad, sorry.
Yeah, it's well done. Expensive.
That was quick.
On a camera.
No events.
You did have it.
Feels like my
Right.
life, really.
Yeah, it's well.
Item 10, highway improvement plan. Andrew?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I had an online meeting. If you remember from last time, this was as we had no active schemes. They did offer us a 6-monthly review. Otherwise, it would be 1 year to the next, and that's your lot. So the first item we talked about was this on the screen, which is the request from the Pavilion Meadow and Chisnall Road Residents Association for double yellow lines around the corner of the two where the two roads come into Lower Road. So it's next to where the Dublin used to be, just along the road from that, and then round the corner near the junction with Orcombe Road. The answer to that one is no, because they are both private roads and they do not do work on
All right.
private roads.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Next one was we asked about the no loading. There was a property in Lower Road asked about having no loading at any time markers on the pavement. The answer to that again was no. It's not the kind of thing that they install in residential areas.
Which I
Well,
think
they
is what
couldn't
we
even have a move it down there
discussed.
because
No,
they're
you couldn't. You
Mm.
couldn't stop there even. I mean, it would be
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
So no.
Kind of a delivery.
And then the final thing was our wildfowl which
Fine.
they said yes.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a good one. Yes.
Councillor
One out of three.
Councillor Defend was in on the meeting because it's the invitation. It's probably the invitation was sent to you as well, Albert. But
Yeah,
You
I
weren't-
wasn't,
you
mate.
weren't-
Yeah, I wasn't
you
mate,
were out of action.
Yeah, I'm
so-
now on the transport and growth committee with James, so we're all on the same
Right, so
committee.
yeah, an invite always goes out to the county councillors to attend the meeting as well. So he offered £100 of his members' money, and the other £100 will be coming out of highways funds. So we're getting two new signs. One is there, if you can see it. So it's Beresford Road coming down there. So it's on the corner here. And then the other one was just a little bit further along. So that's Kingston Close. So there's one there just before Kingston Close. Now,
Whereabouts are these, Andrew?
so that's another road coming on there, Kingston Close.
Right.
Just at the end
So
of
it's on
Kingston
that-
Close.
On that road.
You did circulate that round, didn't you? Andrew?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. And then the other one, say it's up near the junction with Valley Road and Beresford Road. Now they did, I've got that with me. So they said we were unable to position the one closer to the corn mill as two lamp columns are obscured by vegetation and another directly outside a property window and so not felt suitable. Having it near Kingston Close also incorporates the potential of them being a hazard and that part of the river too. If you're happy with that stuff, yeah. So that's the reason why they couldn't put them in other places. Those were the two kind of lampposts, existing lampposts that they could use the signs on.
So I would have, again, my comment on that would be I would have thought that it should have been closer to the river.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Obviously.
no, the Valley Road one, Beresford, to me, middle of nowhere.
No,
You
it's
know,
on the other
very
side.
few
the
get
river's
birds,
up
you know, it's
Yeah.
the fowl coming out of the river, isn't it? But
It's
No.
where you've got existing
There is
columns.
one.
Yes, oh, yeah,
There
yeah.
is
on
one
the river, isn't
on
it?
the road, no?
sorry, no, they were saying exactly where it should be.
Once you come
But
over
the other
bridge,
one,
there used to
I
be
mean,
one
you're
there,
talking
yes.
Beresford Road, Valley Road, way away from the water. But
Yeah, it's a bit of an approach, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah.
It's a warning, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a warning. You might see one in a minute.
No, but
Make sure you wild out around the bend.
yeah, no, we can't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm pleased with the one
Yeah,
on Lower
it's
Road,
good.
but
Yeah.
but no, they've decided so.
I suppose you need a reasonable warning, otherwise, you go, what's that sign there?
Yeah, it's right there.
Duck gone.
I think it's positive. It adds into the project we're talking about the river down Armory and
Yeah,
yeah.
the wildlife.
Yeah.
Well, if you see river, you can look at that.
Yes.
One other item we discussed, nothing to do with river as such, but there is an additional unsuitable for HGV sign going on the roundabout at the bottom of Whitfield Hill, which I think will be unsuitable pointing
Towards,
down
Valley.
Yeah.
towards
Walkham.
Walkham.
yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
I wonder how many times I missed that one.
Yeah, so
I missed
yeah,
the 13 along Walkham Valley.
which I think that was in Temple Yule's improvement plan.
That is
I think, but
theirs, yeah.
they just informed us as that.
But it's got to be on our side of the road, hasn't it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
on our side of the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
would
fine.
be-
That's fine.
And actually, another piece of information which was quite interesting, which I picked up, is that the railway bridge on Morecambe Road is the one that is most struck by vehicles in Kent.
Oh. Is that today? It happened today.
In Kent, in the whole of Kent.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
the
it's-
one that's most
Not quite World Guinness.
49 times since 2009, or 50 times obviously adding
Yeah, they might
Today.
Today.
And what's the cost to Network
And
Rail?
that's
cost to Network Rail in the last year is £7.5 million.
Oh.
No.
Well, they have to come out and check it.
No.
Yeah, because most of
And
it's
all the trains have to
If
stop,
they're
so they have to pay
not
penalties.
improving
for
this
the trains stopping.
permanently, then it's not
God.
happening.
Yeah.
What
It's
could
not
we
just,
do
oh, I've got to
without?
look at the bridge, it's everything that goes with it.
Signs,
Yeah.
the signage.
But you just need to
Now
make the
the
road
signage.
lower.
There's
Yeah.
13 signs from the end of
Make the
Walkham Valley
road
Coach
lower.
to the
yeah.
thing, and they still
You've got
carry
an
on.
enormous sign on the bridge saying low bridge.
And
I
one,
mean,
just before you go around the
49
corner,
times it's been
Yeah.
hit since 2009.
50.
yeah,
50
50 now, they went today.
I'll tell you what I did
I'm just
notice
saying colossal.
today, that the brickwork has been repaired on Buckham Bridge.
Yes.
Again.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering how
long
that
yeah, it's just
Well, it did last 2 years last time.
It's like a Frankenstein wall now, isn't it? It's patched up.
Three different colours.
right.
So that's yes, that's that.
That's it. I've got nothing on my back. That's on my back.
Yeah.
When do we submit like our next ideas for the improvement plan?
We can think of it.
So the next one is
Sorry.
the next improvement plan meeting I would assume will be in 6 months' time in the
Okay.
spring. So
Right.
sometime before then,
Oh.
that's March meeting, we ought to have a
I'll collect some
discussion
evidence
about
from
anything we want to put on it for the following year. But I'll confirm with them when they want to talk to us and we'll have a chat.
I'll
And
see.
like I said before.
What's on the back? It's all right, I've got
Sorry.
that for some
15
reason.
bus stops here.
General correspondence and this.
Oh, right. You've gone then, Andrew.
Oh,
Right.
we've got events is down the bottom there.
Oh, yes.
Incorporate that in the traffic light.
Events in 2006, item 11 to discuss.
26.
2026, yeah.
2006.
With no budget.
Just, no budget. We've spent on a CCTV. So that is it.
Well, you've had it.
It's got,
Let's
yeah.
get
We
rid of
briefly had it.
Yeah.
Knitting
Well,
group.
what are the thoughts for this year? What are we aiming
Well,
for?
I keep getting emails already for the faint. People are scratching their feet, especially like the dance groups, and people would like to. Traditionally, we do this on the weekend before the summer holidays, which would be the 12th of July.
Okay.
And for today, I would like to say if that I have to check if if there's any regatta plan again on the
They
same
haven't
weekend,
come up with it yet.
and it's online but no date confirmed.
No.
Didn't really
Didn't
us,
affect
did it?
us.
Didn't
Really,
really
well,
affect
I'll
us.
check
We-
that what the tides are, and that will depend on how to, as to what, as to whether the fate,
You can check that.
that will be. And I
The
think-
weekend
I
after
think
is
we will
always my
have
worry one because everybody will be on the roads
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
will be on our own really.
Oh, yes, yeah, no, I think we
Yeah.
ideally go for it because it didn't affect us. The
No.
earlier we get it out there, the more
No,
warning
because
it's
they had
Yeah.
it for 2 days
so,
this year,
yes.
didn't they?
So that was that, sorry,
The
the
12th of July, and everything else we can discuss in an events meeting. There have been ideas for forthcoming events. A very bold one has been asked me that to put forward if we could have a bonfire night celebration with fireworks this year. We did say we'd check some prices and dates.
I checked the date and the date was available at the time.
7th.
7th, yeah, it was available.
Do we have a price for that one? Because I'm gonna have to work maybe to find some sponsoring for that one.
Yeah.
Seventh of November.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for a cost, but it'll be more than £1,000.
But-
Yeah. Hello.
But that was a brilliant display we
Yes.
did have.
it's-
So
We don't
yes.
have anything.
But I think that's a good idea. I
Oh, you
love
love
fireworks. I
fireworks.
shouldn't say that yet.
We don't have any
We've had
firework
low noise
displays here.
fireworks.
We did have
The
the
Nick
noises
Lewis
I've ever
Quest
heard. Some
are
of those.
building.
Of course, it echoed on the
Yes.
hill, didn't it?
I think if anything, it might help. It might try and we have a lot of people complaining,
Not
don't they,
big,
about smaller
But loads of
displays
people
in
do
parks. They do
fireworks
them.
for days.
If we do a really
on
big
outside.
display,
Yeah.
it might something
Yeah.
like
Everyone
why
goes
do you need
up.
to buy my
Yeah.
own?
New
I'll
Year.
come to
Yeah.
the rest.
First firework went
Yeah.
up, there was just fireworks.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you warn them in time, that's
So it would be to get some sponsorships for that
Right,
one,
yeah,
roughly £2,000 we need, I think, estimated. But we could get a bit covered by food vendors and maybe a GoFundMe page from people who live here who really like fireworks. That's one idea, and the next one is the switch on, the
Right.
Christmas tree switch on. I haven't got anything.
Oh, the Christmas light. Yep.
Yeah. you have a contact from the nursing home lady.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to bring this?
Should I bring this one up? It's a wild one. So the River Lee sponsored the Christmas tree this year. They gave us £300 for the tree and decorations, which was very nice of them. The manager there, Natalie, asked us if we would consider helping her to attempt a Guinness World Record.
Oh, I heard
attempt.
Dwarfs or something. What was it you're on about? You
Elves.
For the largest gathering of people dressed as elves
Elves.
in the recreation grounds.
Oh.
She would like to attempt this on the day of the light switch on. So the daytime would be the Guinness World Record officials registering people to make sure you meet the criteria, which is certain pointy
Do
shoes
we know what
and
the record
ears.
is at the moment?
It's
It
around
was
1,000.
a couple
really?
thousand people,
We
yeah.
don't have that many views, do
I
we?
think it was 1,500.
It's all the liver.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would be a very large scale congregation during the daytime. However, there'd be a significant opportunity for us to make some money to pay for things like the fireworks from the month before, the light switch on, because we could have food and drink vendors there. I think it's quite community based. I think it's quite fun for the nursing home to
And
approach
kids will
us.
love it as well.
Okay, it's
Well, the
love it.
schools, if we have the school involved.
Because they're all enter as
kids.
well.
Yeah.
I don't believe there'll be any entry
They're the right
charge,
size,
just make,
yeah.
to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
you wearing the right
Fulfill.
things, you'll be
Yeah,
checked
yeah.
in. I think it could be, we would have news coverage and all sorts. I think it could be a really
It
positive.
would be an event
Fun.
that they're talking for decades about.
Yeah, it could be a really exciting thing for the
But
village.
it is a crazy one.
But it's crazy. But I think it could be really exciting, really different.
Funny.
And Natalie is really excited to that's the care home manager, to take
Just
the lead
as-
on the organisation of that.
Yeah. So lovely, the town of Rye there recently broke the world record with the most pirates dressed up in one place
Ooh.
for their pirate day.
What was the
Right.
record?
It was again like
Is it big?
was
Thousands?
5,000.
Oh,
good
God.
That's more than the residents of
So-
Rye.
Sunday the 12th, the high waters at 9:42, and
That means
that would mean it would be a good time to start that
That's
morning.
ideal.
High water lasts for about 4 hours. Call it 10 o'clock our time, round figure.
so then
That-
probably do it on the 11th and 12th.
it would be probably a good day to do it.
11,
Looking at
12,
the-
yeah.
Previous Sunday and the following Sunday, it's not so good.
They won't do it on the following because it's the high volume.
Yeah.
So we're heading
No,
again
it would be
to
the-
Yeah,
it
it's not
would be
difficult,
Sunday.
Yeah,
It would be
it
that
didn't
Sunday,
affect us.
and the Sunday before it
Because a
doesn't
lot
look
of them
very
go on the
good.
Saturday and then
Yeah,
they
because
come.
I'm
Sunday
not
was
sure
very
they're doing
good.
2 days again because
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
think
a-
that was such a
it was-
successful.
It was
Awful.
successful.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Second
It was
day.
really disappointing.
They
Yeah,
were,
the regatta.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we're
They
doing.
didn't get the boats then.
So we will have an events meeting to discuss this
Yes,
a little bit
of
further,
course.
but that's
But
the,
that's
that's
good to
the,
have.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
three
to have.
ideas you have
Yeah.
at the moment. If there's anything happening that I don't know about yet,
And we still hope
like
to
a
maybe
coronation or
yeah,
something.
but we maybe still be able to slip in
We'll have a
the
funeral first.
funeral first.
But we don't celebrate them.
The makers craft antique
Oh yeah, we
as
weren't
well.
filming in
Right.
Easter.
We're
didn't
trying to
we?
fit
Yes.
something in there as
Yeah,
well for
okay,
that.
good.
At the moment, obviously, we have just
Yeah.
we haven't got
Yeah.
anything for spring.
Yes, with that money
Yeah.
where we slip in the antique
Yeah, and the craft fair, I think that'd be quite nice,
And-
yeah.
As you can utilize I found the tennis court idea was really nice to have it in there. It worked quite well to have the stalls in there because you could light it up properly.
Oh, it's a shame it could have been more in there than there was really, yes. Yeah.
Weather
And they had the hot drink should have definitely been in,
Yes,
in,
I think
in
it's
the
all back
cafe.
to
What a mistake.
Yeah.
Gosh,
What
they
did
would have sold
what did
a
they put the hot
fortune.
drinks?
Well,
There was
they did.
one queue for all that, for
Yes,
food and
Everything
drinks.
in the cafes, the queues went on.
Oh,
and
it's
on and
ridiculous.
on.
What is
So
it,
if you wanted
tiny
to drink,
there?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
terrible.
busy.
No.
Now they need something else.
Right.
Good.
So we'll have an events committee anyway. Yep. We move on to item 12, general correspondence, Andrew.
Right, yep, got a couple of items. There is received an invitation to a resilience plan workshop, which is Wednesday the 18th of February 5:30 till 8 at DDC. Don't think there's any charge to that. So it's designed to support town and parish councils in developing or enhancing their own community resilience plans. Workshop will provide practical guidance, share best practices and offer opportunities to engage with key partners involved in community resilience across the district. Possible I might be able to go to that one.
We've got a date for
Wednesday,
Down to
18th February.
I'll find out about it. Could you send me that because I find that quite interesting.
Yeah, okay. And the next one is we've had notification of Calc Area Committee meeting Wednesday 21st of January, which is next Wednesday at Guston, which is can send that round. Presentations on the KCC Health Alliances, impact on local councils. They've got something on local government reform, and there's actually also an update on parish and town resilience plans there as well, along with all the sort of committee reports, etc. 7 o'clock, Guston Village Hall. I can circulate that if anyone's interested in going. And then one last thing. I've had a notification from River Originals that they have formally finished removing anything of theirs which is they should do, and regard that their tenancy is now to an end. So just asked if there's anything else that they required of them, but I don't think there is. I think
We're there on Friday. I suggest we just have a look indoors in just to see what is there. Yep.
Okay. Yes, so that's it.
That's it.
For that.
Lovely.
And then I'll just mention the item for information, which is just a reminder that the Calc Community Award, I haven't put this on the agenda because I think if we discuss it on camera,
Yes.
then you'll jump in and you've informed the person that they've been picked. So if either of you, anyone wants to send in
Yeah.
When is the deadline?
Ideas.
ideas
Yes.
for who we
When's the deadline?
deadline is, it's end of this month, I think it's the 30th of January, so we've got a couple of weeks.
And could you circulate as well who we picked in the previous, like,
Yes, I could do that.
10 years? No,
Yeah.
5?
Very largely, didn't it?
Yeah.
We skipped one, I remember.
I think we did skip one.
Yes, we did. We skipped giving one out for about 2 years.
No, I don't know, need this sort of thing.
Quite often they seem to come back and bite us. We give them an award and then
Yes.
they start criticising.
So is there a deadline on that? Or?
So yeah, I think it's the 30th of
Gentlemen.
So we. Yeah.
So it's got to
Right.
be in the next couple of weeks.
Good.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
That's the formal meeting. Anyone have any other business, Clive?
No.
Raz?
No. Just wanted to raise one thing that we make sure we start discussions early for the May AGM. I think last year it felt we were quite close and we didn't really manage
Yes.
to get something together. So the next meeting is February, it's only a few months ahead, so perhaps we can have that as an agenda item to try and just discuss early
Yeah.
rather than
Leave it to the last minute, yes.
Maybe,
Yep, yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
make it a family event.
do something with it. I think we might be something to do with the Dower in May time we were thinking. So I don't know if
Oh,
we
yeah,
could
that's
tie
right.
that in. I remember that being
Yeah, that's
discussed.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, in terms of the plan for the river with the improvements.
Like giving people a chance
Yes.
to try
So
things
maybe
out
we
and
could
then
look
down
at
and stuff
something
like
that combines it all
Yes,
together.
that
Like
would
a
be good.
family
Yes.
event activity.
And the AGM.
Yeah.
Christian, anything?
Just a quick one on, we didn't get any snow luckily, just as anyone's got any of those grit bins near them, make sure they're full up.
All right.
I haven't seen mine.
Check
Who does the grit bins now?
It'll be Peter Osborne,
Sorry.
Kent County Council.
Peter Osborne.
Yeah, if you
I'll
contact
check
him
mine.
on Care Council, he's in charge of
Spider web.
and everything else, and he'll probably get someone to come round and fill them up.
Yeah, because ours isn't very full.
Right. Yeah, no, mine is full.
Because they're out Britain at the moment, they were last
Yeah.
week, where they quite
I mean, yes, I mean, I know people take some out for their advice and things like that.
Yeah, I think one, I
Well,
don't know
Will
whether,
as well, yeah.
when they go out Britain, if they have some on there, they do that sort of thing, I'm not sure.
No,
I
they
don't
used to
stop
come out
and check.
separately, yeah, it's worth checking.
If I could, just before we finish, the Christmas tree unfortunately has been vandalised quite badly. Is it possible any of us could get there to dismantle it this weekend?
We can, or shall we do it before we?
Well, we've got a meeting Friday evening,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Is there anything we could, I could go Friday an hour before, so
Yeah,
before.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because the meeting's at 5 o'clock for the subcommittee, isn't it, for an house?
What time, we could do it Friday, just before we
Yes, yeah, I'll organise a ladder.
If it's
Yeah.
all broken now and
Yes.
Mr.
Yes,
David.
They've done all the decorations as well.
Apparently it was really bad. No, I got a call this morning as I drove to work and I didn't come in till about 6, so haven't had a chance to look at it. My son said, Dad, it's smashed to pieces.
Yeah,
The
we've got
worrying thing
decorations
is
this year.
they could have done the lights.
Yeah,
They've already
they're
broken,
expensive.
they've broken one set. I've got
Yeah.
2 new sets, which Andrew's already paid me for. I've got 2 new sets, but we may need to order more sets.
that's
Depends what they've done.
ridiculous,
And
They
they're,
were working because they were on when I went down to the rec this afternoon.
are they still on?
They were on, but I've switched them off now. But they were.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
realise they were
All
on.
the rest is wrecked.
Because it's
Yeah.
like,
There's
that's
still
not,
some of the smaller decorations were still on the tree.
Oh, right. But they've
All the big
Well,
ones.
All the new ones
Robin
have been
is
broken.
prone to exaggerate, but he was the one that said, oh, it's...
So is that my lesson? I should stick to the original old tiny baubles and not buy the nice big
No,
ones?
they
They're targets.
look brilliant.
They're really good,
Yes.
don't
They look really nice,
They look
don't they?
really
It
good.
really looked
Yeah.
different. It was classy. Yeah, I was really pleased.
Hey, they weren't massively expensive. They weren't
No,
massively
no.
expensive.
Right, meeting closed. Thank you all, everyone.